everyone! Welcome to my channel. So today I am very excited to be unboxing the Cook with Bon Appetit box for September of 2024. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Cook with Bon Appetit, this is only their second box out yet, and this is a monthly like cooking and ingredient type subscription box where each month you get 5 top tier specialty ingredients and then also 5 exclusive recipes from the Bon Appetit team, and they're printed on recipe cards. With your first box, you do get a binder, and then you get to put the recipes in there each month. Now, it's obviously curated by the Bon Appetit team, and you do get free digital access to bonappetit.com and epicurious.com, and you get discounts with some of the brands for the ingredients in the box. Now, I do pay for this box with my own money. This box is $34 a month, but if you sign up for longer subscription periods, you can get it a little bit cheaper as well. So I will leave a link down below in case you're interested in signing up. With that, welcome back to all the SubBox lovers out there. Welcome if you're new. My name is Katrina, and on my channel, I unbox lots of different subscription boxes. So if you like subscription boxes, definitely make sure to give this video a thumbs up, make sure you're subscribed, and let's dive in. I am so happy that you're here hanging out with me today unboxing this box. I'm genuinely like so excited. I've already sneak peeked on the website to see what the recipes were, and I've started to like plan out my grocery list and everything. I'm excited. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna unbox this box first, and then at the end of the video, I have cooked all 5 recipes from their July/August box. This is a monthly subscription, but for their first box, they kind of had it go over to a 1.5 month period, I guess. So I'm gonna talk about those recipes and my thoughts on those at the end of the video as well. One thing I'll also mention, so Cook with Bon Appetit is in like the same umbrella of subscriptions like Allure Beauty box and the GQ box. They're kind of like the subscription that like the magazine or like the group kind of curates a box, and I think all those things are maybe owned by the same parent company, so it is kind of from a reliable like subscription box company. And I've been able to see from the way it's been curated and some of the stuff that you see that in these boxes. So it comes in a box like so, and when you open it up, that is what it looks like. And on it says, "We know good food." Now, what I will say, like there's a graveyard of food subscription boxes that I missed. The Degusta box and then also Cooking Panda. 2 different type of boxes. Those tended to be a little bit more on the homey side. I would say that this box, in my opinion, is not a super like homey cooking and ingredient box. It's a little bit more on the chefy side, like the homey chef, but it's on that chefier side, you'll see with the recipes and stuff like that. So that's just something I would keep in mind. You really do have to want to cook and to try new ingredients and to try new things with this subscription. It's maybe not as approachable to like basic home cooking, if that makes sense. Now, with your first box, you do get a binder. So I got this in my last box, and then you put your little ingredients inside, or your ingredients, your recipe cards inside. So I put the ones from last month in there last month. In this month's box, they say, "At Cook with Bon Appetit, we are always looking to improve the quality of your subscription and experience. We've added rounded corners to all our recipe cards so you're less likely to get dog ears. And we have included a new pack of the recipes from your first box so they will all be the same quality," which I appreciate. So basically I got the same ones again. So I'll take these out and, you know, put them in the binder so that everything has the rounded corners. Now, on top, you do get a pamphlet for the month that goes over all of the ingredients that you get inside, and then you get your recipe cards. So I think first we will go through the products, and then we can talk a little bit about the recipes. Now, I will say this is a September box, and they're saying, "At this part of summer with fruits and vegetables at their peak, the dinners are easy," which I'm feeling very fall. So I'm kind of like, I'm ready for fall. So these recipes are a little bit summery, and I don't know if like they launched this box later than they intended to, or if like because it's not the official first day of fall yet, they're still kind of leaning on the summer theme. I'm not quite sure, but like I'm excited about the recipes, but I'm just being honest, it's not leaning fall yet, and I'm excited for it to lean fall. If it will, I don't know if it will, but we'll find out. All right, the very first thing that I am pulling out is this here. This is from the Spice House, and this is their tandoori salt-free seasoning. So it can be used on its own or mixed into marinade or rub. It's packed with major flavor without the need to juggle multiple spices and herbs. Okay, I love a good seasoning mix. I love trying these things. The bottle is really, really cute, or the glass jar. So it has paprika, coriander, cumin, garlic, ginger, cardamom, and saffron inside. So yeah, a fun little, I guess, Indian, it's a Northern Indian, I think it said, seasoning blend. And what I will say is for each ingredient that you get, you also get a recipe card. So what I'm actually gonna do, instead of doing the recipes at the end, I'll kind of go through them with the ingredient that they go with. I will say they are on really nice paper, and on the top it does go by category. So this one is a main. So for this, the recipe that they have is hot and tangy tandoori buffalo wings. It talks a little bit about them, and then on the back, you have all the ingredients and the recipe. It tells you how long it takes to cook. It also gives like some suggestions here. Ooh, the printed quality is nice. It's almost like you can feel the printed text. So this is, I think, nicer quality than the original ones, which is nice. So like here it says, if you prefer, you can use less hot sauce if you prefer less spice. It like gives different like suggestions there too. So yeah, I'm excited about that. That sounds delicious. I don't make a lot of wings at home, and that's kind of what I like. I would say that I am like an average, maybe slightly below average home cook. I don't cook a lot, but when I cook, I can cook decently well, especially if I have a recipe. And so I'm excited to try this since it's not something I would normally make. Up next, we have another thing from the Spice House, and this is their Kashmiri red chili. So it says, in everything from veggie stir fries to marinades to a big bowl of popcorn, this high quality fresh chili powder stands out among the stale grocery store brands. You can try it on skewered greens, and they do have a recipe for this. So like I said, the recipes I feel like lean summer, like chicken wings feel summer, but I feel like these are things that you could use throughout, I mean, anytime obviously, and with food, that's the way it is. So the recipe for this is grilled Malay broccoli. This is in the apps and sides category, and talks more there. Now the only thing for me is like, I don't have a grill. I technically have access to a grill in my apartment complex, but it's like on the other side of the complex and it's not really my thing. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to not do it on the grill. I do have a George Foreman like plug-in one, which is just not, it's not the same thing, but maybe I'll try it on that, or maybe I'll just roast them in the oven instead and try something. Now the recipe won't guide me through that, but I'll just like Google how to roast broccoli in the oven or do something like that. So I will say that's the only downside is that like there's an assumption that you have certain equipment, and I don't have a grill. I know most people have a grill, but I do not. So I will find an alternative way to make that. But I'm excited about the spice, and obviously this will last you a lot longer than the recipe, so you can either continue to keep remaking the recipe if you really like it, or try it in different ways. So we got that. Up next we have this here. This is the Madhava Organic Light Agave. So it's just, sweetness doesn't just belong in dessert. Savory foods are often better with balanced dose of sugar, and this is always on hand whenever you need a fast, convenient sweetest. It has a light consistency so it can dissolve into any dish. So for this, we have a recipe here, which is a mushroom barley veggie burger, which is interesting. Like there are some things where you'd be like, okay, when I see this, I don't think veggie burger, but it's exciting to try. I do like different types of veggie burgers, and so I'm excited to try this one. Now this one does take like 2 hours to make, so you do need to like read the time and kind of look at that. I was also surprised as I was going through some of the stuff at how much I already had at home. Like that is a long ingredient list, but you know, I do have a pretty decent spice cupboard and things like that. Obviously you may need to get onions or specific things. Like this one calls for shiitake mushrooms and pearl barley, which are things that I don't have at home, so I will go out and get those. But yeah, a fun thing to try, and this will obviously last a really long time. And I would say that the food products that you're getting here are like nice quality products. All right, up next we have this. Now it was wrapped really well, so it didn't get damaged in transit. So this is Lee Kum Kee less sodium soy sauce. So yeah, it's just it's a soy sauce with less sodium. I love soy sauce. The bottle is very cute. It has a little gloop gloop type of bottle. It is in a glass bottle. I always have soy sauce on hand, and so it's always fun to get another soy sauce. So for this one, the recipe is sushi rice with miso caramel glazed salmon, which sounds so good, and I'm really excited to make it. And obviously you can use soy sauce in many other ways. Like this is a staple in my house, so I'm excited for this. Some of these I think do cost a decent amount of money. I feel like Lee Kum Kee is a more affordable brand as far as like products are concerned, but yeah, I'm excited to try it out and to try this recipe. All right, then we have this here. This is the Bio Nature, I don't know, 100% organic durum semolina linguine. It says, as innocuous as it may seem in the box, not all dried pasta is created equal. This is made from hearty durum semolina and extruded through bronze dies and remains sturdy and toothsome post-boil. So yeah, I'm excited to try this out. Y'all know I'm a big pasta girly, and so this is really, really exciting. I do have a thing at home though where I'm like, I won't spend more than like $1 on a box of pasta. Unless it's a nice one, then maybe I'll do $1.50, but I wait till things are on sale, and I don't like to get expensive pasta unless sometimes I'll make homemade pasta at home, but that's different. So I'm excited to try this because it'd probably be more expensive than my $1, $1.50 limit. Now this one comes with this recipe here. So this is the summer squash pasta with just enough anchovies. Here's the deal. I learned something about myself in the last box, which I'll talk about. And there was anchovies in the spicy Caesar potato salad, and I thought that it tasted amazing. But handling the anchovies, I'm not a fish girly. I don't really like fish taste. It's just not like a fishy taste. I love like raw sushi, but that's because it's not fishy typically. I just don't like fishy fish or like that salty seaweed. Like I just don't like that. And I just learned anchovies are not for me. So I did some research, and you can sub like, you want like the umami from the anchovies. So I'm gonna use some miso in this because one of the other recipes calls for miso. So I probably won't put as much miso as it calls for the anchovies because it asks for 10, and that would be a lot of miso, but I think I will mix that in to kind of balance it out because I will not be using anchovies in this. But yeah, it's kind of like a summery pasta, which is fun. Now those were all of the recipes, and those were all of like the main ingredients, but there is a bonus ingredient in this box, and the bonus ingredient is this here. So it's from Jacobsen Salt Co., and this is their Disco di Sale. So it says, while we're on the subject of cooking pasta, oversalting is just as unforgivable as undersalting. So it says here that these discs helpfully portion 10 grams of salt, which takes the guesses out of how much to salt pasta. Oh, so you drop like one of, I'm assuming you drop one of these in. It doesn't actually specify that. So anyway, I guess you just drop one of those in. That's actually really cool. And I really like the idea of there being like, I know this is, I like the idea of there being like a bonus sample size thing in each of the boxes. It just makes it feel a little bit more well-rounded for whatever reason. Now I will say there's also sometimes some articles. So this month's article is zucchini tops aren't just edible, they're delicious too. So there you go. Okay, that is everything in the September box. So now let me review the recipes from the last month's box. So we'll start with the chicken noodle salad with spicy peanut sauce. I really like this recipe. It was really yummy. It was easy to take for like I used the leftovers to take to lunch for work, and because it was more of like a cold salad, I didn't have to like microwave it. I don't know if my boyfriend liked this one as much, but I love like a peanut sauce moment. It was the type of spice where it like coats your mouth, but it doesn't like make you die on the inside. So I thought that was really, really good. Then the next recipe is black bass with preserved lemon pistachio sauce. Y'all just heard that I don't really like eating fish. I don't really prepare fish. I can do salmon, but a lot of other fishes I can't really do unless they're deep fried. So it did say that you could, on the section here, that you could use poached chicken instead, and so I poached some chicken with the sauce. I will say the sauce was a little too acidic for my liking. It was, I don't know, it wasn't really my favorite. I don't think my boyfriend really loved the sauce either. It was edible, like it tasted fine, but it was not my favorite recipe. Then the lamb keema tacos. I enjoyed these, but we didn't make them as tacos. We made them just as like keema and rice and naan, and did it just more Indian. Boyfriend's half Indian, and so like we wanted to kind of just make it that. Tacos for me, I don't like the experience of eating a taco. Like I do like tacos, but just this kind of messy, and I just felt like it would be easier. It made a lot of meat. In fact, we're still eating them. I had it for lunch today. We're probably gonna have it for lunch the next couple days. So I do feel like because of how much meat it made, you would have to have a lot of tacos, but maybe at some point we'll have to try the tacos out. Then there was the creamy bucatini with roasted seaweed. We actually had that for dinner last night. I loved this. I'm gonna remake this recipe for sure. It's basically just a creamy pasta. The crumbling of the seaweed, I crumbled some. Now I don't really like seaweed, and I don't really like sea flavor. So I crumbled just one little tiny sheet of it on there, and I didn't really taste it, so I didn't really care about it. One of the ingredients was those little seaweed things. I'm gonna be honest, I'm probably gonna throw them away because because it's just not for me. I feel bad about that, but it's just not for me. So anyway, but the base recipe for that was just absolutely delicious. So I was into that. And then the spicy Caesar potato salad. I also thought this was really, really good. Again, for traditional Caesar, you do have to use anchovies. And I realized preparing anchovies was not fun. It had all the little bones in them and chopping it up and it smelled. And my cat thought it was for her when I opened the can. And so she's like trying to jump up and beg for it the whole time. And I'm like, you know what? Anchovies is not gonna happen. I could have probably just omitted them. So yeah, those are my reviews. I was gone, and so I pretty much made all those recipes within the last 2 weeks. But I really enjoyed them. I'm really excited to try out the new recipes. I am hoping that the October box starts to lean more in the fall direction, because I'm ready for fall and not for summer things. But yeah, that is the Cook with Bon Appetit box. Definitely let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. What do you think of this box? Have you gotten it? Have you tried any of the recipes? Hopefully in the next month's box, you know, I'll tell you about these recipes and things like that and keep you informed as we go along. But yeah, I'm enjoying this box. It's really exciting for me so far. I do recommend, before we end the video, I do recommend if you're getting this box, you know, sometimes there may be things that that are on the ingredients list that you may not have at home. So like I know one of the recipes here I think the new recipes calls for hazelnuts or for miso, and those may not be things that you just have sitting around at home. I recommend, and this is like Rachel, my sister, taught me this, go on Instacart. You don't need to order your groceries, but just create an Instacart account and then type in hazelnuts, and you can compare what the different stores like near you have, like if they even have them, and then what price they are. And so if you want to shop at different stores, because sometimes I've learned when you shop recipes versus just, I tend to shop what's on sale. Like I'll just buy whatever's on sale for the week and figure it out versus shop by recipe and then figure out the list. So I highly recommend doing that if you're gonna do something like this, because then you can kind of pick which stores you want to go to, you know, based on, or maybe go to multiple different stores depending on where it kind of makes more sense, especially in this economy. So that's a hot tip for grocery shopping for this box. So definitely let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. What do you think of the Cook with Bon Appetit box? If you like the video, definitely make sure to give it a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss out on future uploads. And I'll see you in my next video.